sorry about that. We left off with a really funky answer when you plugged this in the calculator. So in order to fix that, when you're doing sphere and you are trying to find terms of pi, you need to just leave the pi out of this calculator because the calculator will use the pi and keep yourself a really ugly fraction. So what you need to do is type in 4/3 times 8 to the third power. You're completely leaving pi out. When you hit enter, it comes to a fraction. We don't want that. Turn it into a decimal, you get 682.666, so we're going to round it, and we're going to have 682.7, but we need our answer in terms of pi. Remember how I didn't type it in? You're just going to write pi at the end. That's still a part of it. We only just multiplied these numbers together. You need pi in the answer, and we're talking about inches cubed. That isn't changing. Now, we do need to do the same thing over here, except we need pi written as 3.14. So now we're going to type all of this in your calculator. 4/3 times 3.14, we want it as a decimal, times 8 to the third power. Hit enter, and you'll get a volume of 2,143.6 inches cubed. So sphere is just a little different when we have these numbers. Just save pi for the end. So let's do another one just like that. What is the volume of a volleyball with a diameter of 22 centimeters? Well, our radius is going to be half that. Our radius is going to be 11. So volume equals 4/3 pi times 11 cubed. So just like before, we're not even going to plug in pi. We know that pi is part of our answer. We don't need it in the calculator. 4/3 times 11 cubed gives me 1,774.7, but we need it in terms of pi inches cubed. I'm sorry, we're actually doing centimeters this time. Centimeters cubed. And we need to find the actual decimal. So volume equals 4/3 times 3.14 times 11 cubed. We're going to type all of this in because we want the decimal. So when we type it in, we're going to get a volume of 5,572.5 centimeters cubed. All right, we're going to do one more example together. A spherical balloon has a 22-inch diameter. That was the same diameter over here, so we know the radius is actually 11. It's fully inflated. However, half the air is let out of the balloon. Assume the balloon remains a sphere. Keep your answer in terms of pi. So we don't need the decimal, we just need the pi. So first thing we're going to do, find the volume of the entire balloon. So when we're finding the volume of the entire balloon, we're doing exactly what we just did before. 4/3 pi times 11 cubed, which, wait, we already have that answer. If you didn't, you'd plug it in the calculator. That's the size of the full balloon, 1,774 pi centimeters cubed. Now, it wants half of the balloon. How would you find half of something? Divide it by 2. So take 1,774.7 pi, divide it by 2. Leave your pi out of the calculator. You don't need that. Just divide these numbers. When you divide them, you'll get 887.4. Bring your pi as part of your answer, inches cubed. So when the balloon, a sphere, isn't fully inflated or you only have half of it, take your final answer, divide it by 2. Go ahead and try 4, 5, and 6 for homework. So I only gave you a few problems. If we go back to the front, you have 3 cylinder problems to try, 3 cone problems to try, and 2 sphere problems. If you look at these, they're actually spheres and cones, spheres and cylinders. Try them. See how we do.